As dawn gently spread across the grasslands and sparse forests of Tanzania, the first sunlight gradually illuminated the wide plains, while many wild animals began searching for food. Nearby, a group of indigenous hunters also woke before sunrise to prepare for the day's hunt. Each person carefully checked their bow, arrows, knife, and ropes, making sure every tool was in the best possible condition. Some tested their bowstrings and arranged their arrows for quick access during the hunt. After completing all preparations, the group quietly left the camp, followed familiar trails, and headed toward the vast savanna to begin a new day of hunting. While the hunters silently crossed the sparse forest toward the open grasslands, a herd of buffalo grazed peacefully on a wide plain not far away. Suddenly, a predator burst from the tall grass and chased a buffalo standing near the edge of the herd. At once, the adult buffalo turned back, gathered together, and defended their companion, forcing the predator to retreat after a brief confrontation. Once the area became quiet again, the herd calmly resumed grazing as if nothing had happened. At that moment, the indigenous hunters emerged from the forest and spotted the buffalo from a distance. They immediately used the tall grass as cover to approach quietly and prepare for the hunt. Before long, one buffalo gradually wandered away from the herd toward a more distant patch of grass. The hunters immediately spread out in different directions, using tall grass and low mounds to close the distance. Once the target was within range, several arrows were released in quick succession and struck the buffalo. Wounded, the animal instantly turned and fled across the open grassland at great speed. The hunters persistently pursued it while continuing to fire more arrows. After a long chase, the buffalo gradually lost its strength and collapsed on the savanna. The indigenous hunters quickly moved in, secured the animal, and recovered their first large prey of the day. After completing the hunt, the group returned together to the camp. They quickly lit a fire and began preparing the buffalo. The meat was carefully cleaned, cut into manageable pieces, and placed into pots with water to cook. While waiting for the meal, different members added more firewood, kept the fire burning steadily, and watched over the simmering pots. Once the food was ready, Everyone gathered around to enjoy the hot meal and recover their strength after the first hunt. Following a short period of rest, the hunters checked their bows and arrows once more before setting out again. Leaving the camp, the indigenous hunters headed toward an area near a watering hole in search of another target. Before long, they spotted a troop of monkeys foraging on the ground. Using low bushes and large tree trunks as cover, the hunters quietly reduced the distance without alarming the animals. Once the target was within range, an arrow was swiftly released and struck one monkey. Instantly, the entire troop scattered in panic. The hunters immediately approached the wounded monkey, collected their catch, and quickly carried it back to camp. Back at the camp, the tribe began preparing a meal from a monkey they had just hunted. They built up the fire while others cleaned the meat, cut it into bite-sized pieces, and placed it into a pot with water to cook. While waiting for the meat to become tender, different members continued adding firewood, maintaining the flames, and watching over the pot. Once the meal was fully cooked, everyone gathered together to enjoy the hot food after their second successful hunt of the day. They ate heartily to restore their energy after traveling through the forests and grasslands. The camp gradually filled with a lively atmosphere as everyone continued eating and resting together.